Naughty, naughty.
Oh my days. No, man, that is no, that's actually wrong. So a brand new Ruud Gullit card has dropped in eFootball's Dream Team. And we're asking the question, is this now the most broken card in the game? We've had other versions of Gullit as well, as we see here. We're going to go through them all, and we're going to look at all the different versions of Gullit. But this brand new Fox in the Box Ruud Gullit is simply breaking eFootball right now. Did you spin for him? Let me know. Maybe this video will help you decide, because we've a lot to talk about. Obviously, he's got magnetic feet. He's got unrivaled player ID. But is it the best version of Gullit when we've already had a couple of cards like this? Creative playmaker way back when. We have the whole player. We have the deep line forward. And we have the brand new Fox in the Box. Yes, there's been multiple versions of Gullit, right? And pretty much all, creative playmaker, whole player, deep line forward, and Fox in the Box, right? 3 of the 4 of them are going to obviously play similarly, right? Obviously, if you've got a creative playmaker or a whole player, you're going to be playing a little bit more centrally. But the brand new Fox in the Box has magnetic feet. And that's kind of what you're going to see here. Is it actually worth going for that, right? And I feel like right now, even the older school cards, right? Either the deep line forward one that you see in here are still able to finish chances. Gullit is Gullit, man. There's certain cards in the game, Vieira, Maldini, Cannavaro, Gullit. Doesn't really matter their playstyle, they're still going to dominate. And that's where I think that Gullit right now is reigning supreme. I genuinely feel like my opinion carries a lot of weight with this, because I was one of those people that I didn't really rate Gullit as highly as other people did at the start. But he genuinely is becoming probably one of the easiest players to dominate with. And when you look at his stats, right, especially the new card here, 90 plus in 10 stats, lads. It is insane. We've partnered up with Instant Gaming, right? And they are sponsoring today's video. If you guys are looking to save a few quid and get PSN codes, Xbox codes, Steam codes, pre-ordering any game or recently released games on any platform, and you want to support me, I'll be putting everything back into the channel. You can check out the QR code, check the link in the description below. I've personally used this website for years. They're absolute goats. I will be looking forward to a good partnership with them going forward. Everything will go back into the stream. Now, just wait a minute, right? Because this isn't a video to say you must spin for Gullit, because I'm going to show you a couple of downfalls with this card as well, compared to older versions of him if you already have him. But there is no denying that Konami have kind of fixed a couple of the issues that they had with the other older versions of Gullit. Most importantly, it's probably his balance and his awareness. That is the build that you can see here if you want to. Most notable is going to be the 13 into dexterity, 6 into lower body, 8 into dribbling, and 8 into shooting. And then obviously 2 there as well for aerial strength. Fantasista on him. Pretty much any of the boosters that gets his stats up into the 10 plus for 90 stats is going to complement this magnetic feet and phenomenal finishing. Now, you will see here he's got quite a slow and lumbering double touch. If you guys want to give him ball roll, you can. But I found that when I was playing with him, I didn't really feel like that I was under pressure with him, because he was still able to finish chances with one-touch shot. He's still obviously be able to do knock-on, like in any card that is able to do knock-on from corners. But when you actually do break it down, right, and this is where we're at with the game, I think, now, okay? And I always try to keep it like 100% with you guys. I still feel, right, that the whole player Gullit is just unreal. Apart from the fact that he doesn't go to 85 attacking awareness with this build. And of course, he doesn't go with that 90 type possession compared to the new one. And he's a 3 overall, worse off than him, right? I just feel like that these two cards compare quite well as well, these deep line forward. I feel like now there's such a small, minuscule difference between the cards. Once you have them over 103 or 104 overall, you can take and look at these cards here. All of versions of the Gullit are going to have pretty much the same skills, the same player model, the same player type, the same leg length. We'll get into that in a second. But even the old school creative playmaker one that I really like is still dominating, right? Where this card is going to come into his own is the magnetic feet. And this really comes down to whether or not you like to dribble with all your players. If you like to dribble with Gullit, you will be able to dominate, because he's so slick and fluid while having, the height, the weight and the strength and the overall round, all-round play. But I feel like all versions of Gullit are going to be similar, right? Especially when you take a look at his actual jump height for headers and stuff like that. You don't need to go too dominant with the jumping and the physical contact. His leg length is not as good as Patrick Vieira's or Thuram's or any of those guys with long reach. But I still feel like as an attacking player, he's super, super, super dominant, right? Where this card, I think, comes into his own is whether you are either getting a brand new Gullit card to replace one of the other 3 that you see here, or it's your first Hullet card that you're ever going to use. Because as I keep saying, man, you can kind of make any card do what you want him to do. But that is why I think if you do have this whole player Hullet card, lads, I genuinely feel he's unrivaled. And it is simply because, yes, you're giving up on the magnetic feet and you are like leaving that off the playing table. But I do feel like with these stats and with this build of him, he's got unbelievable attacking prowess, even though he's only got 88. His 90 balance is huge with this build and everything else. But the big selling point for this card way back when was that fact that he's a whole player. And whole players have been buffed slightly since V5.4. We will do a video on that of all the nerfs and buffs. But this is basically going to be Gullit acting as a second or third centre forward when you have the ball and you're pushing in. Is it worth it at the cost of magnetic feet? I'm not so sure, because magnetic feet, I think, is only really going to be brilliant for you if you actually like to dribble quite a lot. A lot of people like to use Gullit as kind of like a battering ram. They like him for knock-ons. They're not really dribbling with him like Messi, Hazard, Lamine, any of those cards, right? And there's a lot of really good dribblers in the game right now. But for me, right, if you have a whole player version of Gullit, I feel like that this one is just a slight difference. It's not even an upgrade. I think it's like a side grade really to him, because it's a completely different way of playing. If you're playing Fox in the box, you're limited to playing him just as an SS or a CF, whereas whole player can play pretty much any position, right? But let me know, this Gullit is still dominating for me. Let me know if you guys are spinning for different varieties of the same card, or are you waiting for new legends, right? But for now, I would say stick with this Gullit if you do have this whole player Gullit, or maybe the other Netherlands version of Gullit as well, which we haven't even focused on in this video. And I'm sure you guys will tell me in the comments below that he's a beast as well. But let me know what you guys think. Did you spin? Did you skip? Are you waiting for another card to drop? Let me know. I will talk to you in a bit. Peace.